Congratulations on your new camera. I'm really excited that you've joined the world of photography and that you have a passion and interest to learn more. Now, first things first, I'm assuming that you've probably picked it up and have gotten scared by all the buttons and all the features on here and have gone straight to the automatic modes. That I want to correct today. Best place to start is by utilizing the manual modes. It's very simple, very easy, no matter what anybody else says. So let's go ahead and start. Manual photography has to do with these three items: shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. They have two personalities. There is the artistic side to each of them, as well as the science side to each of them. Shutter speed. Scientific side to shutter speed has to do with letting light in, how it lets light in. That's it. So the faster the shutter speed is, the less time light has to get in, so you get less light. The longer your shutter speed is open for, the more light comes in. It's that simple, it's that easy. Now aperture, let's look at the science side for that. Again, it's how it lets light in. Okay, recurring theme here. The way it lets light in is a little bit different than shutter speed. It works very much like your eyes do. So you'll notice anytime you go into a dark room, your pupils will get big, trying to let in as much available light in as possible. Whereas if you go right outside, your eyes shrink down to a very small opening, which means that's going to let a lot less light in. Okay? That easy. So it's how much light's let in based off of how big the opening of your lens is. That's it. Now, ISO, the scientific side is, I'm sure you can guess it, how much light it lets in. And it's how it does that. So it's changing the sensitivity in the camera to let more or less light in. So let's focus on the fun part, and that's going to be the artistic side of photography. Shutter speed controls the artistic side by controlling motion blur. Whether you want to stop it down in time and really see every detail as it happened in that moment, or if you want to blur it and really accentuate the motion. So you can kind of think of a hummingbird and a hummingbird's wings. Do you want to capture that hummingbird where the wings are frozen in midair? Or do you want to capture it where the body's frozen, but the wings are blurred from movement? Aperture controls the artistic side by controlling distance blur. So how much is in focus before and after your subject? If you're taking a portrait of me right now and the background's not too pretty, then you don't really want the background to be sharp. You want to get that background out of there. You want to focus on your subject. Easiest way to do that is to utilize aperture. When it's really big, you get very little in focus. So if you're going out and taking photos of mountains, landscape, you don't want one tree in focus a lot of the times. You want the entire thing, what you see with your eyes. The artistic side of ISO is a little different. And it's more about grain than it is blur. The more sensitive the film is to light means that you're going to get more grain in the image. Think about any time you've taken a shot and you really want to show action, grit, dirt, grime, stuff like that. It's a great opportunity. Concert photography. When you go shoot your first concert, most people really enjoy shooting concerts at a very sensitive ISO level, providing a lot of nice grain. On the other end, less sensitivity, meaning it needs a lot more light to come in, less sensitive ISO settings allow you to get very beautiful, crisp, clean images, which is really good for, let's say, landscape. We'll use that as an example again, where you want everything beautiful, no grain, super clean. We talked about the science side and the artistic side. The artistic side has everything to do with blur, motion blur, distance blur, or basically the film grain. That's the three ways you can control your artistic vision for your image. And then of course, science side has to do everything with how much light is letting into the camera. Next time, we're going to talk about the workflow. So now that we got the basics, how to actually utilize those basics, put them together into a very easy to follow workflow. And I guarantee you, if you do this, you will be able to take a perfect photo in 100% manual control the first time. It'll be perfectly exposed. All right? See you next time.